At 12:30.
Tonight's headlines: deadly plane crash in North Carolina. White supremacists charged in judge murder plot. Some new help for the unemployed. Also tonight, exclusive 60 Minutes 2 video of a U.S.-Iraqi dogfight. Why millions of American workers will be getting a lot less Social Security than they're expecting. And they already told you drinking can prevent heart attacks. Now, scientists are telling you how often to drink.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. It is a tragedy. It is a mystery. A commuter plane just beginning its takeoff from Charlotte, North Carolina today went out of control, crashed, and exploded in flames. Everyone on board was killed, 19 passengers and 2 crew members. The pilot had declared an emergency, but never got a chance to say what it was, what was going so terribly wrong. Correspondent Bob Orr covers aviation for CBS News and joins us now live from Charlotte with the latest on the search for answers. Bob?
Dan, investigators tonight say they have recovered both the cockpit voice tape and the flight data recorder, the 2 black boxes from the crashed plane, which they hope will explain the deadliest crash in the U.S. aviation system in nearly 14 months. But already it's very clear that a catastrophic event happened at a critical moment in flight.
U.S. Airways Express Flight 5481 crashed just a quarter-mile left of the runway at the Charlotte Douglas Airport, just seconds after taking off for a short hop to Greenville, South Carolina.
When I saw it start climbing real steep, and I was going with, this can't be right.
It wasn't right. The twin-engine commuter plane, a Beech 1900 with 21 people on board, rolled down runway 18 right and seemed to lift off normally. But immediately the plane rolled sharply to the left, clipped a maintenance hangar, and crashed.
I saw it hit right over there and burst into a fireball the second that it hit.
The pilot had just enough time before impact to radio an emergency. Sources who have heard the air traffic control tape describe the transmission as a brief, garbled distress call.
It's not clear what that means yet, but at least we know that there was some sort of a catastrophic event that led her to declare an emergency.
Investigators say the crash could have been caused by a number of possibilities. A pilot error, jammed controls, wake turbulence, faulty instruments, or overloading. But they are focusing first on the plane's 2 engines. If one of them, most likely the left engine, failed just as the plane lifted off, Flight 5481 would have been extremely difficult to save. 12 years ago in the Philippines, a similar plane, a Beech 1900, lost an engine on takeoff, veered wildly out of control, and crashed into a nearby neighborhood. Just as in the Charlotte crash, 21 people were killed. The plane involved in today's crash has had no history of engine problems, only minor repairs. Still, investigators will look at the aircraft, the company which owns it, Mesa Airlines, and the commuter pilots and their training. But former NTSB Chairman Jim Hall says there is nothing inherently risky about commuter flights.
Well, the bottom line, we're much safer because in the 1990s we changed the rules so that there was one standard for both the large aircraft and the smaller commuter aircraft.
In fact, it can be argued commuter pilots now are more experienced than ever before. The fact is the major airlines are cutting back. That blocks promotions, meaning the pilots spend more time on the smaller planes. Dan?
Bob Orr reporting live from Charlotte, North Carolina. In Turkey, at least 5 people survived a fiery plane crash that killed at least 74 others. The British-made Turkish Airlines jet went down as it tried to land tonight at a foggy airport in southeastern Turkey. The news stunned relatives who were there to welcome their loved ones. Officials say those who escaped the burning wreckage should survive their injuries. Back in this country, the leader of a white supremacist group was arrested today on charges he tried to arrange the murder of a federal judge. FBI agents took Matthew Hale into custody when he arrived at a federal court in Chicago for a contempt hearing. CBS's Byron Pitts has that story.
With his boyish smile and business suits, Matthew Hale is one of the new faces in an old movement that once hid behind hoods, but now only hints at its views in speeches and sound bites.
I plan on winning the hearts and minds of white people.
By his own account, Hale is a hater, a white supremacist with a law degree and an agenda.
I hate the other races.
Federal prosecutors now allege he also hates U.S. District Court Judge Joan Humphrey Lefkoe, who he allegedly tried to have murdered because she ruled against him in a civil suit.
And it was after the time that she issued that decision against Matthew Hale that he began the efforts to solicit another person to kill her.
At 31, Hale heads an organization called World Church of the Creator. On its website, the group refers to Native Americans as an inferior human subspecies and blacks and Jews as the mud race. A former member of his group, Benjamin Smith, went on a deadly shooting spree against minorities in Illinois and Indiana in 1999, killing 2 people and wounding 9 before killing himself. Those who track hate groups say Hale is a dangerous man.
Many hate group leaders are smart. He's both smart and educated, and he's had great success in gathering people to his organization.
Today, as he arrived in federal court in Chicago for a contempt of court hearing, Hale had a warning for the judge.
I've sued the judge. I mean, she's a defendant, and she's going to be appearing in my court pretty soon.
Minutes later, he was handcuffed, arrested, and charged with trying to have her killed. He could face 30 years in prison. Byron Pitts, CBS News, New York.
Race and civil rights are issues in President Bush's renomination of Mississippi's controversial Charles Pickering for the Federal Appeals Court. While Mr. Bush is trying again with dozens of judicial nominations the full Senate did not consider last year, it's Pickering who's drawing heavy fire. CBS News Chief Washington correspondent Bob Schieffer reports why.
The way Republican senators told it for the cameras, the president renominated Pickering because he believes he was unfairly treated by Democrats who blocked his appointment last year.
It was my view that he was given a raw deal by the committee. This was a man who testified against the Klan in 1967 at great personal risk.
Was someone who was out front leading the charge for racial healing in Mississippi.
The president first nominated Pickering at the urging of then Senate Republican leader Trent Lott, but Democrats, especially African Americans, never bought it and quickly turned on Pickering, claiming he was insensitive on civil rights and once went to extraordinary lengths to get the prison sentence of a cross-burner reduced. Today, opponents expressed shock that the president would renominate Lott's man after denouncing Lott for racist remarks and saying he wanted to make the Republican Party more inclusive.
I am outraged. And to be very frank with you, I'm very hurt.
The bottom line, this is a wink and a nod to people who were in general accord with what Senator Lott said.
In any case, the new Republican leader said he hasn't signed off on Pickering yet and promised only this.
Each of these nominees will be evaluated in a fair and equitable way.
And there are 31 judicial nominees in all, and that may be what this is all about. One Republican strategist told me tonight the president knows the Democrats will block Pickering, but by giving them one nominee to rant and rave about before they block him, it probably makes it easier for him to get the rest of his nominees confirmed. Dan.
Bob Schieffer in a live report from Washington. Thanks. Democrats in Congress are also raising questions tonight about the unemployment benefits extension President Bush signed into law today, just hours after it passed the House. As CBS's Sandra Hughes reports, some out-of-work Americans will welcome the extended benefits. The dispute is whether they're enough to make any real difference.
At the epicenter of the dot-com disaster, where unemployment is well above the national average, Julian Millenbach was living on unemployment benefits. Last month, his expected federal aid stopped cold because of political wrangling.
When there's a tornado or a flood, FEMA comes in and an area is declared a disaster area. The Bay Area high-tech economy is an economic disaster area.
Now, with both parties jockeying to sound concerned, Congress has reinstated the emergency program they let lapse last month. Still, Republicans fought making the program longer than 13 weeks.
So somebody can stay out of work for the rest of their lives and get unemployment compensation if they had their way.
Democrats wanted to double the time workers would receive benefits.
They just want to be able to pay their rent, their tuition, and to live.
The measure restores federal benefits to more than 750,000 people who were cut off when the program lapsed. Another 1.6 million people who were just at the end of state benefits will also be eligible for federal aid. The tab, $7 billion. Some economists say that's a small price for an immediate economic return. When unemployed people get their checks, they'll spend the money fast. But getting the program back up and running will take time.
We're going to go through our system and identify who is eligible for the extension. And then we're going to get claim forms out to them so they can certify to us that, yes, they remain eligible.
And there are still 1 million unemployed workers who've already exhausted both state and federal aid, whose only hope now in a weak economy is finding a job. Sandra Hughes, CBS News, Los Angeles.
A federal appeals court today handed the government what legal experts are calling its most decisive victory yet in the drive to hold, question, and sometimes prosecute suspected terrorists. It said Yasser Isham Hamdi, a U.S. citizen captured in Afghanistan, does not have legal rights under the U.S. Constitution. The court said Hamdi's citizenship, quote, does not affect the legality of his detention as an enemy combatant, unquote. Coming up next on the CBS Evening News, exclusive new aerial combat pictures. How an Iraqi jet shot down a U.S. Predator spy plane.
Some mornings I was so constipated I could hardly make my deliveries. I felt bloated, all knotted up. This one little pill changed my mornings.
Good morning, Mrs. Renner.
New X-Lax Ultra. This little pill with X-Lax guaranteed relief by 8 a.m. X-Lax Ultra. Now my mornings are ultra good.
Good morning. And here's a package for you, Jill.
New X-Lax Ultra for ultra good mornings.
Now you can help manage your diabetes anytime, anywhere with Glucerna. Delicious bars and shakes that are clinically proven to help manage glucose levels. Try Glucerna. It's time for a taste of freedom.
When your eyes feel dry, irritated, there's Refresh brand eye drops. First, Refresh relieves and soothes, then forms a lasting shield of protection to keep irritation out and moisture in. #1 doctor recommended Refresh relieves and protects.
Morning, Joe. New haircut? No. New shoes? No.
Hey, Joe. You been working out?
No.
Hey, Joe. Shave your mustache?
Nope. You sure that's not a new haircut? Yes.
Did you just get back from vacation?
No.
Did you get a promotion?
No.
Did I?
No.
No.
What's different? He finally asked his doctor about Viagra. Ready to ask your doctor about Viagra for the first time? Find out if a free sample is right for you. To learn more, visit Viagra.com. Ask your doctor and see the difference.
It's a beautiful morning.
Ask your doctor about Vioxx, a prescription medicine from Merck. And find out if Vioxx is right for you. Vioxx.
When my gang eats out, it's 5 different stomachs, 5 different stomach problems. But we don't need 5 medicines. We just need one. Pepto-Bismol. For heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, nausea, and diarrhea. Think pink. Think Pepto.
Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-what, 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 do-what.
Thanks for saving the spot, boys.
Iraq's ambassador to Russia insisted today there is no chance Saddam Hussein might accept exile to avoid war. There's been talk that Saddam might go to Libya, Belarus, Russia, or even France. Inside Iraq today, U.S. and British aircraft bombed Iraqi air defense sites after Iraqi jets violated again the southern no-fly zone. Pentagon officials say the Iraqis hope to shoot down another unmanned Predator spy plane. They got the first one 2 weeks ago, and CBS's David Martin has exclusive pictures of the dogfight that Predator lost.
The Iraqis have finally found an American plane they can outmaneuver and outgun. It is the Predator unmanned reconnaissance drone, which orbits over southern Iraq at speeds of less than 100 miles per hour, armed with missiles that have a shorter range than the ones carried by Iraqi warplanes. In this video obtained for tonight's 60 Minutes 2, the Predator's camera spots an Iraqi MiG, that white blip in the middle of the screen. The MiG fires a missile. You can see its trail moving left to right. The Predator fires back. The trails of the two missiles streak by each other, but one falls short and the other doesn't. That second white dot is the Iraqi missile just before it hits the Predator. This is all that was left. The Air Force cannot afford to lose many Predators since it only has about 20. And if it comes to war with Iraq, the Predators will be assigned a very big mission. Searching the Iraqi desert for mobile Scud missile launchers. It's high stakes, and Saddam Hussein could arm those missiles with chemical or biological warheads. In the last war, he only fired Scuds armed with conventional explosives, but one hit a barracks in Saudi Arabia, killing 28 American soldiers. In all, Iraq fired 88 Scuds, and the U.S. failed to score any confirmed kills against them. Probably the single biggest failure of an otherwise victorious operation. This time, American commanders are counting on the Predator to spot the Scuds when they come out of hiding and kill them before they can get off a shot. Predator crews who fly the aircraft from a trailer have been training for the Scud hunt at their home base of Indian Springs, Nevada, and were one of the first units to be ordered to the Persian Gulf as part of the buildup for war. It's a weapon the U.S. didn't have last time, but there is very little margin for error. Iraqi missile crews can come out of hiding, set up, fire, and drive away, all in less than 10 minutes. David Martin, CBS News, the Pentagon.
British police today arrested a seventh suspect in a case involving a deadly biotoxin that could be used in a terror attack. Traces of ricin were found in a London apartment Sunday during raids that also led to the arrest of 6 men described as North Africans. It's not clear what they were up to, but detectives say more suspects with more ricin may still be at large. Coming up next on the CBS Evening News, why she and a lot of workers like her will be collecting a lot less Social Security than they were counting on.
Looking for parental controls that work harder? Introducing MSN 8. It's our best version of MSN yet with tough new parental controls. Switching is easy, and if you call now, you get 2 months free when you sign up. Find out why it's better with the butterfly. Call 877-YES-MSN8 today.
Introducing new Clear Mix from Citracell.
Fiber that won't cause excess gas the way other fibers can.
It's new and unflavored. Simply add it to your favorite drink.
New Clear Mix from Citracell. Unflavored fiber in whatever drink you like.
Introducing the world's first truck with 4-wheel steering. The new GMC Sierra Denali with 325 horsepower and Quadra-Steer. Beats everybody, forwards and backwards.
Dum da da dum. Dum da 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 dum. Ba da 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 dum. Dum da da dum.
Rich, delicious V8 vegetable juice has a full serving of vegetables. Because sometimes what you eat doesn't. D8. Drink smarter.
At the count of 3, you're going to be a chicken. 1.
Is this dangerous?
No, you don't even need that insurance. 2.
What insurance?
If you're sick, you miss work, they pay you cash. 3. You're a chicken. Now, you're a duck.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Aflac.
Remember those so-called filmmakers who paid homeless people to assault one another? There's more to the story. An update on tomorrow's CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
CBS has an update for you tonight on the controversy over hormone replacement therapy and the landmark findings that it increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and breast cancer. Government regulators today ordered the makers of HRT products to put warnings on labels informing women of these risks. The FDA also urged the drug makers to find the lowest possible effective dose. Every year, another government agency, the Social Security Administration, sends workers an estimate of how much they can expect to collect at retirement. But there's some fine print in that estimate, and workers who don't read the little words could be in for a big surprise. Mika Brzezinski investigated it for tonight's High on America.
One of those days, I'm afraid.
Up before dawn, 50-year-old Marty Flint of Ellsworth, Maine, isn't scared of hard work.
There's the late bell.
She's a teacher's aide.
Not doing your homework will come back to haunt you.
A bus driver. And a mother of two.
Okay, here we go.
What frightens her is the future and going broke when she finally retires.
My biggest fear is that I'm going to be one of those little old ladies that cannot afford tuna fish and will have to buy cat food.
By the time she's 65, Marty will have paid into Social Security for 50 years, but
I will only see 40% of it.
How could that be? In an effort to keep Social Security afloat, Congress passed a law 20 years ago that barred highly paid citizens who already receive a pension from receiving their full Social Security benefits.
But it's not just highly paid workers who lose out. In Maine and 14 other states, public servants, teachers, firefighters, police pay into a state retirement plan instead of Social Security. Because of that little-known federal law, those workers cannot receive their full Social Security benefits from their private sector work. Like their better-paid counterparts, low-paid public workers can't double dip.
I think the lesson from this might be...
So Marty, a teacher's aide for 6 years, a job that gives her a small state pension, will get less than half of her Social Security, which she's paid into for 35 years. Instead of the projected $629 a month, she'll only get $252 a month.
We loaned it to him with the understanding that when the time came, we would get the money back.
Retired teacher Sue Shaw started a national grassroots campaign to repeal the federal law, calling it
robbery. They're stealing our money.
They call it robbery.
It's a question of fairness, really, to everybody.
Edith Fierst served on the Social Security Advisory Council under President Clinton. She says the law doesn't need fixing.
It would cost so many millions and billions of dollars to do this for everybody, and why would you want to favor these people?
All I did wrong was I came to work in a school.
Marty Flint feels shortchanged.
In a nutshell, I'll be okay if I don't live too long.
Marty, you're not supposed to think this way.
Well, you know, when you're counting your nickels and dimes, you have to think that way.
Marty can count on one thing. Unlike millions of workers, she's aware of just how little money is coming her way when she retires. In Ellsworth, Maine, I'm Mika Brzezinski for Eye on America.
You're watching the CBS Evening News, and up next, drinking and health. How scientists say men can cut their risk of heart disease.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-what, 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 do-what.
Thanks for saving the spot, boys.
How did we get the natural fiber of Metamucil powder into convenient new capsules? Let's just say it wasn't easy. All the benefits of Metamucil now in capsules. Get regular, stay regular, the convenient way.
It's a beautiful morning.
Ask your doctor about Vioxx, a prescription medicine from Merck. And find out if Vioxx is right for you. Vioxx.
Excuse me.
God, don't look.
Well, you're wearing a towel.
No, don't look at the scale.
Maybe you should be eating Total cereal.
I eat Special K, thank you.
You know, a study of calcium supplements and reduced calorie diets suggests you could lose more weight and burn more fat by adding more calcium to your diet plan.
So?
Only Total has 100% daily value of calcium. Special K is hardly any.
Say no more. I'll take the Total. You're still here, aren't you?
Yeah, just leaving. Total. A smart way to lose the weight.
When you have acid reflux disease, heartburn boils up again and again.
But bad as the heartburn can be, the real threat is what lies beneath.
Over time, that burning acid could wear away the lining of your esophagus, and even if your heartburn symptoms aren't severe, the damage can be.
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Your doctor knows about a purple pill called Nexium. Nexium goes to the source of the problem, actually reducing the amount of acid your body creates.
For many people, one prescription Nexium a day provides complete 24-hour
Day and night heartburn relief.
And importantly, Nexium is proven to heal acid reflux erosions in the esophagus. Other serious stomach conditions may still exist. The most common side effects of Nexium are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Talk to your doctor and call this number for more information and a free trial offer for Nexium.
Relieve the heartburn, heal the damage. It's possible with the purple pill called Nexium.
Coming up tonight on News Channel 5 at 6, there's been nationwide talk about the family who lost their beloved pet when they were pulled over by Cookeville officers. Tonight we have the video at 6.
There's new information tonight on the connection between drinking and cardiac health, at least in men. A new government-funded study of almost 40,000 men found that having a few helped many sharply cut their chances of heart attacks. But Jim Axelrod reports it's not what they drink, but how often they drink it.
It's not what some doctors are saying about drinking to good health that's so startling.
If you drink in moderation, you will have a lower risk of heart disease.
That idea's been out there a while. It's how they define moderation.
It's much more important to drink on most days per week than it is to drink on, just say, the weekends.
That's right. A new study shows men who drink 3 to 4 days cut their risk of heart attack by 1/3. Those drinking daily cut their risk even more. It's not the type of alcohol, it's the frequency. Alcohol raises the level of heart-helping good cholesterol and fends off blood clots. But since it breaks down quickly, steady doses would be better. At least that's the theory.
No matter where you were in the diet, exercise, body mass realm, there still was additional benefit from adding moderate alcohol consumption.
Now make no mistake, say the study's authors, this is no license to get smashed under doctor's orders. In fact, the study says no more than 2 drinks a day.
Nobody, no health professional that I'm aware of, can definitively define who you should tell to take alcohol because you're absolutely sure they won't abuse it.
But critics, like Columbia University medical professor Ira Goldberg, suggest old standbys, exercise, diet, not smoking.
So if a drug with the equivalent data to alcohol were presented to the FDA, there is no way it would be considered, no way it would be approved.
Perhaps. But clearly it's news that will shake some, stir others, and leave conventional thinking on the rocks. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, New York.
There's more CBS News ahead tonight, beginning with 60 Minutes 2. Mark it, please, at a new time, 9 o'clock, 8 Central.
George Clooney. Women want him. Men envy him. We talk with him at his Hollywood home. Then, on 48 Hours Investigates.
Patty is 14 and everything her parents wanted. Then she made a porn video, and you won't believe why. 48 Hours Investigates tonight.
60 Minutes 2, new time, 9 o'clock, 8 Central with George Clooney tonight. For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting. I'll see you again soon on 60 Minutes 2.
For news 24 hours a day, go to cbsnews.com. AOL keyword CBS News. Video exploitation of the homeless. There's more to the story tomorrow. Experience CBS News.
From your news and information leader, this is News Channel 5 at 6 with Chris Clark and Vicki Yates.
Good evening, everyone. The Tennessee Highway Patrol has released video and audio tapes tonight detailing the traffic stop of a North Carolina family, a family heading home after vacationing in Tennessee.
During the stop, the family's dog was shot and killed. News Channel 5's Sabril Bennett shows us what happened, but we want to warn you, the pictures may be disturbing for some viewers.
I passed them out viewing at exit.